If you're a CPA like me, you spend every year looking for more efficient methods of getting our clients' data into our workflow. Thomson Reuters tells us 40% of our time is spent just getting the data together to get a tax return done. And a lot of it centers in on this trial balance technology that we do. And we bring in a trial balance, looks something like this, as the BaCo Tech demo company. And right off the bat, there are a couple of problems. I've got accounts that have no account numbers and accounts that have account numbers. I've got to manually add those account numbers. I've got activity I need in expense clearing that this doesn't tell me everything I need for it. So I've got 5 accounts that are called computers without an account number that I have no idea where they're going to go based on this trial balance. I've got an account like showrooms that doesn't really matter, but they've got a sub account of in Atlanta and in Dallas that have accounts that matter, like rent and salaries and commissions. All of those need to go different places for state apportionment, or they go into page 1 of the tax return. And all of those sub accounts, we end up manually mapping things around, like this on the screen to the right here I just brought up. And we're going to use that timer here in a second. But you can see I've added together all the salaries to come to this 1,551,000 number. We've got to do that. But again, we don't know what our fixed asset additions are. But it's incomplete at best, and it's a very manual cleanup process. A file like that could take an hour to do the first time, half an hour to update every year. Whatever I do the next year has to be identical. We've seen some improvement on that second year automation, but what's it look like to see real automation? And why don't we get everything we need, like the details behind those accounts? So we're going to log in here to BaCo Tech, and we're going to do that. We're going to onboard a client, and this is a touch-it-once solution, which means we ought to be able to solve our problems in 2 minutes or less. So we want to identify this, do it one time. I'm never going to have to ask the client for data again. I'm automatically going to update the data every day. This is truly a touch-it-once solution. Once I map everything, once the computer maps everything, I never have to do this again. I can manipulate it if I need to, but let's start our stopwatch and go on through the process. First thing we're going to do is redirect out to QuickBooks Online to find this BaCo Tech demo company. We're the CPA for it, so I go to the BaCo group and I find my BaCo Tech demo, and I hit next. QuickBooks is then going to authorize our application, and we're going to request that it send us some information. It sent this to us, and now we're going to start processing it in the background. And that's what you see is happening there. Unlike a lot of online solutions out there, we are able to multitask, and so we push those calculations into the back, and I can work on a completely different client while it's mapping on the front end. So if I wanted to go over to the Firm Center and take a look for a tax plan, here we are in December, and I need to do a tax plan, and I want to look at all these entities together so I can see them combined on the tax plan. And I've got in Sage Business Cloud, I got a rental property that the operating entity works out of. And so I'm going to combine those two together, just drag and drop to see combined reporting, just that simply. I'm going to go into the Zero Management Company and drag and drop that. Again, that easy. Now I have all three of these combined together, different chart of accounts, doesn't matter, different accounting software packages, doesn't matter. We focus on the accounting standards inside those accounting packages instead. And I just hit apply. And now I have consolidated those financials. I did that. We're at 1:20, and the mapping has just now finished. So in 1:20, we mapped every line to the tax return, and we consolidated the financials. If we want to take a quick look and see how we did, here's our benchmark center, and sorry, that's the Mariners. I go to the QBO company. I've just got one entity in here right now because we do everything. We do our calculations in the background. I just need to refresh my browser to bring the new entries in, and now I have everything consolidated across all three entities. And if I want to see drill down detail to the actual transactions inside of it across 3 different entities and 3 different accounting platforms, I just click that button, and here's my Sage Business Cloud. Here's some management, Zero properties, and here's my QuickBooks Online transactions, all drill down detail inside of here just by dragging and dropping. This functionality gives us a lot of benefits on the tax side as well. But if we want to real quickly go in and check and see how we did on the mapping, this is our command center where we can actually take action. Right off the bat, you notice that we did get everything we needed as well, right? I've got my fixed asset additions. I've identified those. I have transactions that needs attention. Here's suspense and ask my accountant. I've got transactions that I want to take a look at. They got the word penalty in the memo. Things I need to know for tax purposes. We've identified all of that and mapped everything to the tax return with no interference or no changes to that chart of account. I'm going to come in here in this command center and look at the chart of accounts and take a quick look at how we did on those two things, the salaries and computers. So this is my standard set of tax leads we're grouping, and it looks a lot like a trial balance. So we can manually upload that, or we can talk directly to the software, but I only have to tell the software one time where 73200 technology goes, and that includes my account computers that doesn't have an account number. So my search is looking across my standards, and over here on the right is the actual chart of accounts for the client. So I can see there's where computers are. I can see the computers in income are automatically grouped to income. Computers whose account type is a fixed asset are automatically in fixed asset. We have done all of that when we brought it in. I've also got all of the salaries and wages, and here's one of them that doesn't have an account number. The account number's in the name. Here's my sub accounts. There's my Atlanta showroom, Dallas showroom, all mapped in. I've got that same total, 1,551,000. So we picked up all of those accounts, dropped them in, aggregated them together automatically. The functionality is we've only barely touched on this, but this is what real automation looks like. I know a lot of people have shown this is what year 2 can look like, but we've automatically mapped everything in year 1, and we've given you everything you need. We'll tell you tomorrow if anything changes. We'll give you real-time updates. But if you're interested, click on the link and get a demo. Get yourself a free pair of accounting socks with a debit on the left and a credit on the right just for doing the demo as well. Thanks so much, and have a nice day.